Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I picked up my 2022 Honda Odyssey EXL, which is the leather version, very nice. And I just wanted to go through some of the highlights of the interior and what I like and what I think could use some improvements. Okay, so I want to kind of take a look at the leather seats first. This is the black version. They also come in a silvery gray and a mocha color, and the mocha color is very nice in my opinion too. What you notice is the thickness of these seats. They're very thick. They're very solid seats and they're very comfortable to sit in. Even the back is very, it's kind of like, has that bucket seat feel. It's very nice. There's also a center seat that goes here. I took that out just because I don't really need it. I configure my seats differently, but it's extremely solid. It would go right in between here. And compared to the 2021 Sienna, it's probably double the thickness, and it's just feels like a really solid, it almost feels like a piece of furniture. It's so solid. So the interior is very nice. The leather here it has a combination of not too soft but not too hard, so you can tell maybe if your dog jumped up on here with its nails, it wouldn't scratch through them. So it has a really nice balance. The other thing is these are leather appointed seats, so you can see in some spots there's no leather. They actually did a pretty good job back here on the back of the front seat, but I'm not saying anything negative. They definitely didn't skimp on adding the leather around to any touchable surface. So for instance, like under here is obviously not leather, but they did a real nice job at not skimping on that. So yeah, the leather in this vehicle is extremely well refined and well done. And then another thing we liked when we were looking and comparing different vehicles, we loved the stitching. I think they call it the baseball stitching, but we loved the look of that. The whole interior looks like you're sitting on some really nice furniture. So now for my dislikes, and I don't know if you can see it right away, but this is incredible that you have an EXL with some super cheap looking mats. So I was actually shocked. I thought the dealer was just like throwing in some carpet he got from Costco or some clearance center. It looks somewhat non-Honda-esque. It looks very cheap feeling. So I was kind of shocked by that. I have another video where I'm going to show you my new rubber mats that I'm going to put in here. But I was a little surprised at the lack of quality, I guess. I mean, this is the EXL version. I would expect a much more plush floor mat. Even though they know a lot of people are going to replace them, it's still kind of uncomfortable to get a vehicle with mats that look like they're a doormat off of you could get from Walmart or Costco. So that was very disappointing. So that's kind of my likes and dislikes on the seats and the liner. Another thing I noted, since I'm in the plastic industry, is some of what we call the parting lines were not cleaned up properly. So you can see this edge where the mold creates this piece. There's a bunch of areas where these parting lines weren't shaved down properly. You can see it here against the blue bottle. You can see the edge was not shaved down properly. So that's a little bit disheartening, but not a big deal. So probably one of the bigger reasons we went with the Honda rather than the Sienna, because those are really the two comparable competitors, is in the Sienna you cannot remove these two seats at all. You cannot take them out. Whereas the Honda, you could take them out if you needed to, but also Honda has the cool feature where you can, if you look under here, you pull this lever up and you can slide the seat over any way you want. It slides like smooth as glass, no problem. So we really love that feature, and why we like it is we have 3 kids. So if we want to take this, slide it over, then the person in back can easily get in and out without turning the seats up and down. So it's a really slick feature. Also, if the 2 kids want to sit next to each other, they still have their captain-esque chairs with their armrests. so they still feel like they're in their special chairs, and they could sit next to each other. If you need to separate them, you could slide it out. So that's a really nice feature. And then the ingress egress to the rear seats is very easy for somebody to go in and out. And also, it's not a lot of leg room, but down here, if someone's sitting in that spot, they can really stretch their legs out. So we really enjoy that option. And again, Toyota, the Sienna doesn't have that option. You have 2 stationary seats, and you can't even remove that middle row if you ever needed to. And then one final thought on these is this is the EXL. So in the EXL, they attach the seat belt here, so you can, it's a lot easier to move the seat around. I believe in the, I think it's the EX, and any other lower model, they put the seat belts on the what is it, the C-pillar. So this is a lot more convenient. Okay, the last segment I'm going to go through is the 3rd row, and a couple cool features a lot of people might not know about. Obviously, you pull this strap, you can recline the seat. It actually reclines really far. But one cool thing a lot of people don't know about, it has, like, I guess they call it tailgating seat. So you just pull this lever, and you'll flip the seat, and then you can kind of create a, kind of see it here, you can kind of create a seating section here. You slide this back in. So if you see, I'm actually sitting in the back. It's pretty cool. I'm in the tailgate section. Let me try to get a good shot of this, but I have a really comfortable chair for tailgating. I'm sitting in the back of my minivan, and it's just a really cool feature. You're sitting on a really comfortable seat, enjoying whatever scenery is in front of you. Obviously, if you want to tuck these seats down, you just pull this lever, and they fold right down, and you get a nice flat surface, or fairly flat. Now I have to say one thing, because I looked at a lot of different models and minivans. The Sienna 2021 redesign actually has quite a blunder when you recline both seats, but in particular this one, when you recline it and it's sitting down, there's nothing that locks it in place. Like, for instance, this is locked solid.